welcome back to another episode of the Young and Wise podcast. Today I have a special guest with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Tenisha Oliphant. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a grandmom. I'm also a podcaster. I'm into a lot of things, to be honest. You know, my caps are pretty wide and vast. So thank you for having me, inviting me to the Young and Wise podcast. I thought it was interesting, and I'm intrigued to be here today.
And we are happy to have you here, Tanisha. So today we're going to be talking about something, not the most positive of topics, but it's definitely going to be a topic that needs to be addressed, especially in 2021, 2022. Today we're going to be talking about pain, suffering, and hardships as a young person, and how to get through all the pain, all the suffering, all the hardships, and make negative experience turn into positive experience. So with that being said, Tanisha, I know that I'm much younger than you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in your lifetime you've had a lot of, you've seen some things that I haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you would say cause you maybe a lot of pain that you didn't expect to bring you pain, but kind of blindsided you, and then you had to shift the way you thought or the way you moved from then on?
Well, I mean, we can start with childbearing, if because there's different associations of pain. I'm gonna say that you could get pain from getting cut. You can get pain from being hit. You can get pain from emotional, mental. There's a lot of things. You can have financial pain. I'm going to use childbearing. A lot of people think of pain as a negative word. We have deemed words negative and positive to suit how we feel. Childbearing, as you know, your body weight changes. Your stomach grows larger. You're carrying another human being, so you suffer a lot of pains in that aspect. But I chose to use that because contraction causes, depending on where you carry the pain, causes extreme pain, almost to the point of dying, right? But then you give birth to this beautiful human being, and I mean, after that last push, the pain is gone. So I want to start there, if you want to talk about, because you made pain so vast for me. And I can only speak about an experience that was so painful, but yet so beautiful. So.
And that's something I definitely understand. As a young person, we see, especially as a male, we see women go ahead and give birth, and we don't necessarily give them the respect that they deserve when it comes to carrying the baby for 9 months and giving the birth to the child, which we've only been told is one of the most agonizing pains in the world. To be told that multiple times, we should end up believing that it's one of the most agonizing pains in the world, and we should be more respectful towards it.
Nothing supersedes it. And I just wanted to put that out there for you. Coming from being in a seasoned woman, I would call myself seasoned, experienced. Just to put it out there, there's nothing that supersedes it in this life.
Okay. In regards to childbirth is definitely something that more I would say elder women go through. Well, not necessarily elder women per se, but based on the way it was back in the past, usually I don't know the statistics of the age of the women that have babies nowadays, but I know that it's usually around the ages of 25 to 35. I know occasionally, like in this society, there are teenagers having babies and stuff like that. They're not really warned or explained about the hardships that have come with having babies, giving birth to a child, and then having to nurture and raise that child. You, Tanisha, you've raised children before, correct?
I have two sons, yes.
And what is something that you would love to share to the young about raising maybe a son or a daughter at a young age?
Well, I have my boys young. I would say to that, what I learned mostly about it was that it's a gift. It's truly a gift, and you have to have time for these babies. They need a lot of attention, a lot of nurturing, a lot of just rearing. A child is a blank canvas. And a lot of what the children learn is from the people that are predominantly around them. So for me, my hardship was separation.
Okay.
Yeah. You raise babies, but then you have to get back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And getting back to life means you have to find childcare and, things. That's another hardship, childcare. Does childcare fit the times that you need it in? One of the biggest things that I take away from is I don't regret not having all the money that I wanted, but I had all the time that they needed. So,
as a mother, what was it that your children would do that you, I would say, always feared? I would understand that as a parent. I'm not a parent just yet, but obviously plan to be one day. Right. But I would understand that as a parent, there are some things that you would never expect your child to pick up these habits or fall into this category per se or something like that. What is something that you have feared the most as a mother that you would like to tell?
Being an African American woman living in America, raising black men in America, we all know what the statistics are today. The average, the statistics of men getting shot down, the drug addiction, selling the drugs, so many things, so many obstacles. What I feared most was losing my children to the streets. And I'm grateful, and honestly, I can say that has yet to happen. I just would hate that my children wouldn't respect and honor me enough that they don't take my advice and consider what I'm saying is for their better good. That's one of my biggest fears. Okay,
and if I'm correct also, if you don't mind me sharing that you grew up in New York, right?
New York City, born and raised. Yeah.
And I know in New York City, you got that, you kind of have to walk around with that minor aggression, I know. What do you think?
Not to cut you off, but the funniest part is I never really felt aggressive until I moved to the Hampton Roads area. I guess home is always home. It's where the heart is. So you don't really feel that fear. It's not until you step into new territory. For me, it's been my experience that I recognized, one, I experienced racism down here for the first time. Two, I experienced same racism down here for the first time. So, being from New York City, I think is just an old adage that we're some sort of way. Because think about it, New York City is a melting pot.
Yes, it is, most definitely.
So we have a lot of cultures there, a lot of religions there, It's not what people think it is. You know what I mean? It's being down here, I don't see a vast difference than the relationship aspect of people.